Now with a protein skimmer, one of the most important things is the inside of this neck is cleaned on a regular basis, because what happens is on the inside of this neck all sorts of fatty acids and bacteria and so forth all build up, and that actually stops the absorbate from coming over the edge. So if I give this a clean like this, and all you basically have to do is clean out the inside of this neck. In a perfect world you'd take this off, but with a big unit like this, it's not so easy. So if we give that a clean, then you'll see it start frothing up. See the way it's starting to froth over now? And now it's starting to skim. So the way this skimmer is set is pretty well perfect, because what it's doing at the moment is a fairly wet skim. And a wet skim means there's lots of junk coming out. And this one's got a drain that's going off down into the drain. So this is really an ideal situation. But once again, this skimmer needs to be cleaned on a regular basis. Now the other thing that they could consider doing, because it looks like there's some room here, is you can get an automatic cleaning top. So that's got something inside it that sort of spins around like this. I don't think they're awesome, but they're potentially better than nothing. So you'll see that as I get this clean, and you give that time, then that's going to come up over. And then over a period of days, the fatty acid's going to return, and then you'll see the absorbate, which is this foam, start settling back down again and not coming over. So the way this skimmer's set up is actually perfect, since the reducer has been put on the outlet. But once again, in order for it to run perfectly, it does have to be cleaned twice a week. So the way that it's functioning as I'm looking, I'm very happy with. But in a few days' time, it will need cleaning again. So a good protein skimmer and good surface agitation across the top of the tank, and that's really the key to keeping your animals nice and healthy. So the water quality in the shark tank at the moment is not too bad. Just the pH is a tiny bit low. The salt level is about 1.026, so it's totally fine. Maybe a tiny bit on the high side, that's okay. Could add a little bit of fresh water for that, no drama. There's basically no ammonia, there's basically no nitrite, there's basically no nitrate, so all your nutrient levels are good. It's just that the pH is on the low side. The pH is sort of 7.6-ish. So what I'm going to do to fix that is I'm just going to tip a kilo of this in, and then that should give us a little bit of a boost on our pH. I am happy with the KH. The KH of the water's okay, but the pH is definitely a bit low. And I'm assuming that's because the skimmer has not been run at 100% efficiency. The skimmer is running totally fine now that I've just cleaned it. But a skimmer's basically got to be cleaned twice a week in order for it to run with maximum efficiency. The other thing is that if this room's been closed off at all, which I don't really think it has been, but maybe over the weekend it's been a bit closed off, then that can drop the pH of the water slightly by increasing CO2. No big drama, but I can fix that right. Now, when you're adding any KH product to the aquarium, it's better to add a little bit at a time, not too much at once. And you definitely want to make sure you've got no ammonia, because if you go tipping this in and you've got ammonia in the tank, then that's a problem. Whereas if you chuck it in when if you chuck it in when there's ammonia in the tank, it makes the ammonia more toxic. But if you chuck it in when there is no ammonia in the tank, then you don't have that fear. And normally you just tip it out of the container, but anyway, why not throw the whole container in? Now, one thing I've wondered is whether the sharks actually remember me, because I've owned and fed these sharks for most of my life, but recently I've sold them on. So here I am back to give them a feed, and see if they remember who I am. Okay, Mr. Eel. That one. Now, get one to the bamboo. Black chip got one. White tip got that one. Oh, there's the bamboo. Try the bamboo again. Eel over there. Get it, buddy. Bamboo again. Eat it, you saw your animal. And bamboo's still got it. Oh, there he is, he's got it. Good job, bamboo. I wonder if he ended up with it. One of them jumps out and tries to bite my hand, I'll know about it. I think the grouper got that one. Mr. Eel. Yeah, Eel got that one. Well, at least the bamboo got one that time. Never get sick of doing this. Feeding the sharks is always fun. Eel's just checking out the KH. I'll have to get that out next time we have the diver in the tank. Gives him something to play with in the meantime. Now the animals are looking very good. The bamboo shark is skinny. I got him some food today, but he's definitely skinny. The rest of the animals look really good. It's getting a little bit of algae, which is completely expected, particularly due to the amount of light. If the light can be cut down, the algae will cut down. But the algae is a very good and natural sign. It just doesn't look so good. Eel got some food, which is a good thing. So the only animal I'm worried about, the eye's clearing up on the black tip. So the only animal I'm worried about is the bamboo. And that's just because he's a bit skinny. Other than that, everything's testing fine, looking fine. So we'll just keep an eye on that pH. But they could do with another feed probably sooner than later too.